asking.
I can see the light, but I can also see the bones decay. I don't know what else there is to say. I'm doing my best not to run away. Sitting throwing rocks across the pavement, hoping it'll cave in and swallow me whole. Wondering how the world keeps on spinning, kinda scared of living when it unfolds. Hard to see the light when everything is silent, waiting for the clear. Thankful I'm alive, but terrified of dying. But hey, I'm still here. Is it bad sometimes? I like it when I lose control. There's something in it that's so beautiful. Listen, I can see the light, but I can also see the bones decay. I don't know what else.
We're so well found we can't be here.
I'm doing my best not to run away.
I think Ethan is getting ready to ask me if he can bring fucking Heather over here on Saturday. No. No. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Mic on. Looks fucking hot. 3, 2, 1. What is up, guys? Welcome to Diggity, a video game podcast, episode number 220. 220.
That's a lot of fucking episodes.
That's a lot. Yep, that's a lot. That's 219 more than I thought. I'm Jeff James. With me, as always, the incredible, unobtainable, the incredible Brody Faults.
What
like the Hulk?
Going on, buddy? I like it.
Like the incredible. I was still gonna say
the Incredible Hulk
from time to time, but I figured, yeah.
I work with a guy who his last name's Folk, and we would call him the Incredible Folk.
Do you ever say
to kind of tie in? No, I don't think so. I don't think I've ever said that.
Meet the Falkers.
Meet the Falkers.
Yeah,
that's a good one too. I like it. Okay.
Thank you.
I'll go back to work with these in mind.
Please do.
Next time I see him.
Please do. Anyways, guys, yeah, every single week, Brody and myself discuss gaming news from around the interwebs and beyond and bring it to your beautiful, moist ears. I know that made you cringe, but I got your attention. That was the point, marketing. We're available on every single major podcast platform, whether it's Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Pandora, or Google Podcasts if you use that for some unknown reason. We're there. You can leave us a rating on all this as well. And you can follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Diggity Podcast and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We go live with the video version of the podcast every single Thursday evening at 9 p.m. Eastern or just a little after, depending on technical difficulties and to take a shit. And the audio version of the podcast goes live every single Friday morning, very early, usually like 5 a.m. it goes up. So you have it for your morning commute, which I think is a good thing. Because a lot of our competition, well, they upload at like fucking 10 a.m. And who the hell has time at 10 a.m. to listen to a podcast? That's do. Right.
Scheduling is a beautiful thing.
Yes, scheduling is a beautiful thing.
But yes, I also listen to podcasts like pretty much all day. So
yeah, absolutely. But anyways, obviously been doing this for a long time. So thank you for joining us for the first time. And thank you to those who are returning. So, and thank you for the people. There's a shout out to the people that post nice comments in YouTube. Unheard of nice comments in YouTube. Usually not a thing. We have
absolutely
YouTube comments, which is great.
We've got one guy that was a little. He wasn't shitty. He was just kind of whatever. Whatever.
The internet.
It was the internet.
But thank you, for leaving comments, and thanks to those who have left reviews. But with that, let's move on to stuff. What have you been playing, my friend, before we jump into the news?
Monster Hunter Rise, a little bit, as always. That's kind of like my. It's replaced Rocket League for me lately. I've been playing quite a bit of it. We played some Overwatch.
Have you played the update at all for Rocket League or no? With the Western stuff?
Yeah, I played a little bit of it. Okay. What'd you think very, very, very like briefly.
The first, true, I'd say, big update with content like that changes gameplay, I guess, in some essence.
It doesn't really change anything.
Is it really doesn't higher, at least, like you think, on that map?
No, not really. I mean, I think there was a 120 hertz rate for PC, but other than that, I don't. I mean, that's the only thing really. Other than that, it's just another themed season like usual.
Day
just another day. Played a little bit of Overwatch with you and our buddy Eric. Hell yeah, we did. I played a little bit of Warzone with Craig, actually, with good old lawyer Craig. We got our asses kicked as well.
Yeah.
I completely beat SteamWorld Dig 2 in 3 sittings.
Holy shit.
Really, really enjoyed that game. It was a great time. I started the Ascent on Xbox Game Pass, which so far it's okay. I'm not entirely sold, but I'm not entirely turned away. But last night I wanted to get into this, and I totally forgot to download the demo for Tales of Arise. So that's something that I need to do as well. But I'll talk about that next week. But this week, I really wanted to talk about Death's Door. This game is a Xbox exclusive game, and it is wonderful. I'm about probably somewhere between 2 and 3 hours into it right now. It's not a super long game. If you look it up, people are saying it's 7 to 10 hours basically to beat. It's kind of very reminiscent of kind of like Link's Awakening type gameplay, where it's that top kind of isometric view, and you're wandering around. There's some very clever camera stuff that they've done to where if you walk around a corner, all of a sudden the camera will change angles so you can see a secret hidden back in there and stuff. And it all is about this raven, essentially, or this group of ravens that go out, or crows. I assume they're ravens. They're quite large. And they go out and collect souls. And so it's kind of all based on this, and then if you don't get the soul that you were sent out to collect, you get lost. And that's kind of what this whole premise is based on. And it kind of has these Zelda-like temples where you have to go and collect, big souls in order to get in.
The hook. Where did it get you? It's the Zelda temples.
Oh yeah, man. But I really, really love this perfect balance of pretty simple combat for the most part. I mean, you pretty much have 2 moves right off the bat and a bow. And the bow you recharge by actually hitting with your sword. And so it's this ebb and flow where you have to go in and you have to hit with your sword, and then you can back off and hit with a bow. And then I think you get other powers later on, and you can find different weapons and things like that. But it's this perfect balance of that simple combat and this kind of adventure and puzzle solving, and none of the puzzles have been super hard or anything like that. Some of the combat can be pretty tricky. I mean, so far I haven't had too many issues, but there was one miniature boss that I fought that kicked my ass repeatedly because he just doesn't stop swinging. He just swings constantly, so it's hard to get in and actually get some contact. But I mean, I adore this game. I think it was $20 or something like that for a 10-hour experience or whatever it ends up being.
That's not bad.
And No, it's not bad at all. This 100% right now is my indie game of the year. I adore this game. Yeah. And I think it will be very hard to top.
Oh. So
again, I'm only about
any awards at the Game Awards. Will you be pissed?
Yeah, probably.
Depends
on what comes out, right?
Win like 8.
Well, not for indie. That's not indie. Kojima's
for indie,
certainly.
but
But I think Death's Door has a really good shot at indie game of the year for sure. I think it's going to be hard for it to get, game of the year, especially in a year where you have like Monster Hunter Rise and Monster Hunter Stories and some of these other bigger games. But it is a fantastic little indie game, and if you have an Xbox, I definitely recommend going and checking it out. Not like a full-blown review, because I'm only about 2 or 3 hours in.
Is it? I mean,
no money, no money. They didn't pay for the game. I bought the game. No, it's just I love that style of game, and I haven't really gotten to play something like that in a long time.
Something that was like that you've sounded so into in a long time. So good.
I know it has been pretty
like
miss mainly.
Kind of like I guess Ratchet and Clank was a pretty.
I really like Ratchet and Clank, yeah.
That's
but
true. Yeah, I guess
that and Monster Hunter Rise, those are. I am sipping a beer. I haven't done that on the show for a while.
What is that?
It's been this is Gumball Head by Three Floyds.
Okay.
Huh?
All right. Wow. Holy cow.
It's been a fucking week, buddy.
I was gonna say beer makes you feel like shit. So
it's all right. I'll go to sleep after this.
What's gonna happen with the beer? Good God. Anyways, for what I've been playing, I've played a bit of City Skylines. Obviously, Overwatch with you. Still hacking away, dude. At Adventure Capitalist. I will get that fucking trophy. So help me God. I will. And then, gosh, what else have I ripped around with? Ooh, God, shiver. God, what else have I played? Played a tiny bit of Mario Golf. Not much, but a little bit of it. And then
I haven't touched it since the last time we played.
Yeah. It's been a busy week, so. Anyways, yeah, so let's move on with the news, dude. Hit us with what the Pokemon Presents brings us.
Yeah, there's a lot of information that probably 90% of the people that listen to us aren't going to care about because a bunch of it's mobile games. So anyway, let's just jump on in here. Yeah, we'll power on through. So the Pokemon Presents happened yesterday if you're watching us live, or 2 days ago if you're watching or just listening to us on Friday. So first off, they started off with Pokemon Unite, and they announced that the Android and iOS mobile versions will be launching September 22nd.
Yeah.
So that's pretty neat because we didn't really have an official date for that. Yeah. This will actually feature crossplay with the Switch version, which is good to keep population in the game up and be able to find games quick. Yep. Pre-registration is open now, and we'll have special rewards for the amount of pre-registrations they get. So if you get 2.5 million pre-registrations, players will get a Pikachu Unite license, which is cool.
One of the 2.5 million people, you get.
Yeah, as long as they hit that milestone, right? And you'll get the Pikachu Unite. Yeah, that shouldn't be a problem.
It's not the first 2.5 million.
No.
It's just when they hit that milestone, everybody gets that shit.
Yes.
That's interesting.
And I'm not. They didn't really say if there's going to be. Yeah, absolutely.
Go, hey, dude, sign up for this shit.
Right, absolutely.
Wow.
But they did not say whether there's going to be cross progression, and I'm starting to think probably not, which kind of sucks. But I don't know that for sure, and I didn't have time to look into it too much. So if you want to hit the Google machines while I'm doing this,
there is, because there's people that are already playing it.
But I mean, League of Legends didn't do it, and they went with Wild Rift, so I don't know. I hope that there's cross progression because it takes a while.
Didn't do that because you can't.
Right.
I mean, like League to Rift would be ridiculous.
Yeah, that would be a weird transition.
Okay.
Yeah. But anyway, I hope it has cross progression because it takes a while to get to like level 14 and stuff where you start to be kind of viable. But anyway, if they hit 5 million pre-registrations, players will also get the special festival style holoware for Pikachu. So I forgot to mention the Unite license. That's how you get that character, and then these hollow styles or hollow wares are just like a skin essentially for him.
Okay.
So
all right, I got you.
Yeah, if you haven't played it, it doesn't make any sense.
No, I'm confused.
So there is a Zeraora Unite license available for those who have or will play the Switch version before August 31st, which I got that because I put 10 hours into this game so far.
Okay, so hold on. So the Unite license is you buying the character?
The Unite license you can buy with in-game currency that you can earn or that you can purchase.
To use
that character. Correct.
And then the hollowware is the skin.
Correct.
All right.
They also showed off that there's some new Pokemon that are coming in future updates. So Mamoswine and Sylveon are coming soon. And Blissey, I believe, just got added into the game as well. So Pokemon Cafe Mix, or Remix now. So the game is getting a revamp and will be retitled Pokemon Cafe Remix. I'm failing to really see anything too new in this version from what they showed off. It looks pretty much the same. But there are some more customization options and more Pokemon being added to the game, so cool. I'm not seeing a full remix here, though. And this will be coming sometime this fall. We didn't get a specific date. Pokemon Masters EX. So the game is celebrating its second anniversary. Dynamaxing is being added into the game, as well as a Signa Suit Leon that will be available, and there's also a special battle against Eternatus. These Pokemon names are out of control. There is also a daily event that gives you 10 free scouting chances for up to 100 free scouts for new trainers. 3 legendary events are also making a return, allowing you to team up with 3 legendary Pokemon and some big name trainers. As in, like, the letter N, but also the name N.
Nancy.
Nancy will be returning in a special outfit as a Masters Sync pair on August 29th. Plus, more special 2-year events are coming in the future. Half of this was like a foreign language to me. I had no fucking idea what they were talking about because I don't play this game. A new story arc is beginning on September 15th, and an update is available now that has a special login, like, present that will give you 3,000 gems. Any questions?
Sweet. No, I just always go back to Dynamaxing, and it sounds like a category you would click for on a porn site.
It really does.
It's
not.
sexual.
It's not great. It sounds very sexual. Oh, no. So Pokemon Go, more Galar region Pokemon are being introduced into the game in an event starting on August 20th at 10 a.m. local time, and this will also include the Sword and Shield Legendary, so that's cool. Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. This is a little bit of an update, and they showed off a new trailer, kind of showing the visuals and some of the new things and features.
Of Diamond and Pearl for Switch, though, right?
Yes, okay. Yes. So this showed off some of the new and returning features. So Pokemon are going to follow you again, which is cool. That's awesome. I mean, that's something that I don't know why they ever take that out. That should just always be there.
Another model, and
yeah,
model that has to follow you. And,
but it's adorable.
It is adorable, and it should.
Capsule decorating with stickers will be back, and this will actually change the effects of when Pokemon come out of the Pokeballs, so that's kind of cool. Union Room, where you can battle and trade with people online and locally. There's actually clothing customization in this one, which is a change because that was never in Diamond and Pearl. The Super Contest shows return, which, okay, cool.
Awesome.
Explorer kits are going to be in this game as well, and this is for going underground to explore various different areas, like completely different biomes pretty much, and this actually includes Pokemon hideaways, and that's these new biomes, and these actually change based on the Pokemon statues that you place in your underground base. So you have like one area, it's an underground base, you set these statues up, and it changes what Pokemon show up in this Pokemon hideaway, right?
Like an Airbnb.
And for some of these Pokemon, this is going to be the only way you can get them in the game. Which, okay, so go find something that tells you how to do this after the game comes out, because I'm sure there will be a walkthrough. So this will be releasing on November 19th, and there will also be a special Dialga, holy shit, and Palkia Switch Lite releasing on November 5th.
They look cool.
They look cool. But I also did see that somebody pointed out it is pretty much the exact same as the 3DS that launched. They literally took the decal and put it on a black Switch light.
Slapped it on there, baby.
I mean, it looks nice, but boy, is that lazy. So then we got a update on Pokemon Legends Arceus. Arceus, however the fuck.
This is the open world Pokemon.
This is the open world one. So this takes place in the Hisuian region, which will be later called Sinnoh, which is what Diamond and Pearl are. So, there's that. And this takes place before humans and Pokemon really kind of got together. It was while they still lived very separately from each other. Right. And it's long before this region was actually called Sinnoh. Yeah. You will serve as part of a survey team that sets out to study and catch Pokemon. It does look to be much more open and Breath of the Wild-esque that people have been wanting, since they showed off last gen.
Yeah.
So it's still yet to be seen how open this is actually going to be because all we've gotten is, tailored gameplay and trailers.
Like Sword and Shield open areas.
I sure as hell hope not.
You're encased by mountains. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean it's gonna be there's gonna be a boundary at some point, but I don't know if it's gonna be open world to where you can run into a town from this open world, or if there's gonna be loading screens and you have to load into this open environment like how Sword and Shield was.
I worry for it because I think people want this. They like the idea of it. I don't think the execution is gonna work. I think
it's
Pokemon,
Game Freaks, so.
Yeah, I think Pokemon is the best top down. Like it has been forever.
I didn't mind Sword and Shield's
isometric
setup, right? But it was fine. I don't know.
I think Sword and Shield is the boundary you go to. I think open is I think it's gonna be boring.
I don't know how it really changes whether it's boring or exciting. I mean, based on
there's going to be the sense of open world, and you're going to be walking around a bunch, and then see nothing, or it's going to be the same shit where, you get attacked by the bear. You can keep talking about that. Do you see that? But the bear is attacking you.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I think it's a good idea, and I don't think it's going to hurt anything. I don't think it's going to make the games any more. I don't think it's going to make it any more boring than what the games currently are.
I just don't think it's going to be this is how Pokemon.
What people think.
No, I just don't think it's going to be. I don't think people are going to receive it as well when it comes out to the point where that is Pokemon going forward. That's the main Pokemon game going forward. I think that you're just going to have this Pokemon Legends series, and then the main Pokemon games are going to be the Sword and Shield style.
Yeah, probably.
This is just going to be a simulation of wow, I'm in a big forest area. Now more.
They did that GameCube game back in the day, the Gale of Darkness. That was a different company that actually made that game, but they never returned to that style. But yeah, no, I don't think this is going to replace the normal games either. I mean,
it's in the same element of a Hey You Pikachu or Hey You Eevee.
And it works for the setting that they're doing because it's when you would see a ton more wild Pokemon in the area. Now, if you're, modern Pokemon games where, they're still out in the wild, but it doesn't make as much sense if you really, think about it. Not that any of it makes any fucking sense, but regardless. So the trailer showed off what appears to be new Pokemon that were being used for transportation, as well as the return of many other Pokemon. So some new Pokemon and new Pokemon forms that they showed off. They showed off a Weirdeer. So this evolves from a Stantler from surviving in harsh environment. A Basculegion. This evolves from a Basculin if they are possessed by the souls of other Basculin from their school that have perished.
Crazy.
Pokemon descriptions are so fucking dark half the time. They're
shit to Pokemon now.
This Pokemon lures children away from its parents and drifts off into space to kill them.
We're getting pretty close to Stantler season in Indiana.
Yeah, it's almost Stantler season, baby.
Almost around the corner, baby. Basculegion Basculin season is about to end.
Yeah, I don't remember how they pronounce this environment, but the Hisuian, bravery.
Hisween or his.
Hisuian?
Oh,
Hisuian? I don't remember how they said it. But anyway, we're getting a special version of Bravery and Growlithe for this region. I had it in my head earlier when I wrote all this out, and then once I got to read it, I'm like, I don't remember.
It is confusing.
It is. So it looks like there's going to be a mixture of some real-time and turn-based elements for combat, as well as catching. There will also be some survival and crafting elements, which kind of leans into your Breath of the Wild style type deal. And this will release January 28th, 2022, and this is the first time we've seen a release date for this. We will also... You got a pronunciation for me? Looking for it.
No.
So Pokemon Home support for Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl, and Arceus will be coming next year, and ranked battles will not be a part of these new games, and will continue to take place in Sword and... Huh?
Hisuian.
No, that's certainly not it, I don't think. Are they saying it in the trailer, or did you just look it up phonetically? Like, through Google?
I looked it up because it's in the Hisui region. Or Hisui.
Oh, okay.
Basically, they have more hair.
Yeah,
if you
kind
look
of.
at a Growlithe, they're just. It looks
it's
like they've been in the pandemic, like they just haven't had a fucking haircut.
It looks like it's modeled off of some some Japanese. I can't think of what they're called, but like traditional Japanese. You see them in like Japanese tattoos and things like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's the Pokemon Presents. It's yeah, it's a thing.
It looks cool. The characters look cool. Like your player character looks neat. You know, the graphics look pretty good.
I agree. I don't think it looks bad. I think it looks fine. I agree with you. I don't think this is going to be... I think people are going to be let down by it because they have actually come out and said it's an open world type thing. And now I think people are going to be expecting it to be something that it's probably not going to be.
Yeah, I just think it can't... Like, I think that it's one of those things where you can be like, oh man... You know, this is gonna be easy. We're gonna have a fucking an open world Pokemon, no fucking brainer. But then you get to it, and I don't know. I don't think it's gonna pass. I think it's gonna have to be in a league of its own. No pun intended, or pun intended. There's just too much there. Like, you get lost.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, if you think about the game, you can get lost in the open world. You don't know where
to
go next. Hisui.
Hisui.
So Hisuian.
Hisuian.
Okay.
There it is.
There we go.
I had to watch the video to hear somebody say it. Hisui.
Okay. So,
okay.
I mean, just to wrap it up, I think it looks cool. I'm excited. Will I pick it up? I actually might. I might try it out. I just don't want it to be like this simulator.
Yeah.
I don't want it to be like, what would it be like to stand in a bush with a million other bushes and I walk for 5 minutes and I don't come across a Pokemon, you know?
I think you're going to be disappointed then, because I mean, that's what Pokemon is, right? Like, it is very much, there's Pokemon in the wild, and I think exactly what we saw in this, or to some extent, I think what we saw in Sword and Shield, that wild area or whatever, I think that's a lot of what this is going to be. And from what they showed off, it's not like there's Pokemon hiding in the tall grass, because it looks like you have to hide in the tall grass in order to catch certain Pokemon and stuff like things.
That's
so
it's I'm stoked for the fact that we actually have to have some sort of stealth to it.
We'll see how much it actually is. You know? Or you can be like, 40 feet away and just whip a Pokeball and hit the fucking thing in the head with it and catch it, right? I don't know. But I think if you're going into this with high expectations, I think you're going to be let down, because just like Sword and Shield, everybody had high expectations, they were let down, but it still sold absolutely gangbusters and still continues to be. I mean, Pokemon's just a powerhouse, and it always will be, because people are okay with the kind of mediocre games that usually come out of Pokemon, out of Game Freak. So I'm really not expecting much here. I played all the way through Sword and Shield. I'll probably play through these as well. and I'm sure I'm sure it'll be fine. Holy cow! But I'm not expecting anything revolutionary. I don't think this is going to change the entire setup of a Pokemon game. I think this is a side story, and they may go in more of this direction, but I don't think it's going to be like entirely open world going forward or anything. I mean, this is the same company that has a different sprite generated for every time this Pokemon appears. Like they coding is not their specialty. So
no, I'd like to see them go back to some games too in the style of like Diamond. You know,
like the new Diamond. Like, are you talking about the art style, or are you talking about like gameplay?
I'm talking about gameplay and art style, I guess, because Sword and Shield is a little bit different from that to begin with too.
I think the
like
general like
style kind of shit where like you can kind of stack layers and it could be more detailed with it, but I don't know.
That HD 2D shit,
like the chibi style too, like character kind of that you used to have in Pokemon a lot, like Ruby.
Well, I mean, that's what the Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl is, and I don't like it. I really don't. I don't care for the overworld look. Now, when they go into a battle, they look like a normal human being, which is weird. They look like a Sword and Shield model. But no, I don't necessarily care for that. I would be down for, like you're saying with that HD 2D, but I don't think it works with Pokemon's art style in general. Like all the Pokemon, they would look
if they were
really
done as a sprite though, it look cool. Like I think there's I don't know. It's interesting, right? Because it's like who buys it, right? It's kids, and it's like kids nowadays. If you went back to like making a game that had that style, like Ruby and Sapphire and Diamond and Pearl and all that kind of shit. Would they take it? Probably not. I don't know. They'd be like, "What is this?"
I mean, a lot of the conversation that I've seen, obviously, is with other people that grew up with Pokemon or around our age, probably. So. They're like, oh, well, the games are too easy. Well, the games aren't made for us, right? Like, these are games made for children.
Yeah.
They're not going to make a hard Pokemon game and completely alienate, the children audience.
Demographic where every child's going to get this for Christmas,
Yeah, they could make, another level of it where it's like, oh, well, they have a hard mode now. Like, cool, but they're not going to do that. It's never going to happen. So,
are you stunned that it's going to release on the 20th of January?
No, they had already said it was going to be early 2022. I guess I wasn't necessarily expecting January, but I figured probably February or March
or something like that. Yeah, that's cool. It's neat. It's quite the game to come out with right after 2022.
Yeah. Hopefully, I mean, like I said, I think it'll be good, but I don't think it's going to live up to the expectations that people are putting on it already.
Yeah. Well, moving on, we got our first look at Call of Duty Vanguard. So this is Sledgehammer's turn to put out a COD game, and this time it will be based off of World War II. The single player will have 4 playable characters, and battles will take place across North Africa, the Eastern Front, the Western Front, and the Pacific. The multiplayer will have 20 maps at launch, with 16 of those made for the core multiplayer experience, featuring a 2v2 gunfight from Modern Warfare will also return. Vanguard will have an all-new zombie game mode as well. That has been developed by Treyarch. This new game mode will continue the Dark Aether story, which that's awesome. We really enjoyed that a lot. I think it's a great take on the Zombies franchise. And Warzone will be getting an all-new map prior to Vanguard's release, as well as a new PC anti-cheat system, which is much needed. This will also release on November 5th, which was kind of stunning to me. That's that early and that there's no delays to it. Pre-orders are open now, and we'll give you early access to the open beta that will be available first on PlayStation, as well as the Night Raid. That's also PS4 and PS5, I believe. It'll also give you access as well to the Night Raid, Mastercraft. To the Night Raid, and then the Mastercraft will be available across
Night Raid Mastercraft.
Night Raid Mastercraft will also be available. Across Cold War.
It's their blueprint system that they use.
And Vanguard. So specific dates to know for the PlayStation beta is September 10th to the 12th. The open beta is September 16th to the 20th, and Season 1 will start on November 23rd. And another number to pay attention to is the approximate file size on the Xbox Series X. We don't have the file size for the PS5 or anything like that yet.
It's probably similar, I would imagine.
Very similar. The file size is a underwhelming 270 gigs.
Holy shit.
Fuck.
Yeah.
So, first off on this, I ended up watching a streamer play the event leading up to it for Verdansk, and they basically had like a armored train. It was kind of weird. It was kind of goofy. I mean, they're
trying to do what Fortnite does, where they have these announcements and things like that in game.
Yeah, but you could also tell it was just like there for a time sink to get as many people in the lobbies as possible to then show the trailer. But basically, you had like an armored train going through a bunch of shit. Friendly fire was off, so that you can't shoot anybody. And then essentially they put a bunch of C4 in a train tunnel. The armored train came through. They blew it up, and then they spent like 20 minutes shooting all the turrets on this armored train as it went through the map. And then all these planes come in, like bombers, once the plane is destroyed. And then it goes to like a cut where like you get hit by one, you like fly to the side, you look up into the sky, and then a bomb falls on you, and then the screen goes black. And then the trailer played. The trailer looks good. I have no idea what's gameplay and what's not. There's a lot of people out there saying that I guess people can release their videos tomorrow or late tonight.
Yeah, I think the NDA was supposed to release today, so it should start seeing stuff pop up.
So I don't know fully what gameplay is gonna totally look like. Trailer was cool. I don't think it was the coolest trailer. I also don't think it's the coolest Call of Duty I've seen. If the gameplay looks like the trailer, that's going to be exciting for me because it looks really, really nice. However, I doubt that. And on top of that, I mean, I don't want to sound like an asshole because it's history, but I just don't really want to play World War II games. Like,
I feel like we've done so many of them.
Yeah, we've discussed it so many times with the Battlefield stuff, where we're so excited that this Battlefield is a modern and in some ways a futuristic Battlefield. But yeah, I'm over the small. Like the game I wish that could come back would be like a Medal of Honor to do something like that, not a Call of Duty. So, but
right. I mean, Call of Duty got its roots from those old war games too, just like Medal of Honor. Yeah. But I remember a time like playing games as a kid, like all of these shooting games, like Medal of Honor and Call of Duty, they were all set in like World War II, and you just played World War II games over and over and over and over, and I'm burnt out on it. And then we got Battlefield 1 and Battlefield 5 right back to back, which, was World War 1 and World War 2. And now it's like we just had Cold War, and now we're going back to World War 2. And it's like...
Well, it's stunning, too, because you put in certain guns like in Cold War, right? And then people mod them, and it's like you have to dumb all that down.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not interested in this game at all. I mean, I never played...
I'm not either.
I never played Call of Duty World War II when that came out.
I will probably skip this.
I will absolutely be skipping it, especially when it's 270 gigs. That's crazy. If you buy a Series X or a Series...
It's going to be yet.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be that bad. I don't think it'll be that bad.
Okay.
Dude, right now, Cold...
300, you're going to go, fuck.
But there's all sorts of fucking speculation that Call of Duty does this shit on purpose so nobody else can have anything installed on hard drives. I mean, and it seems legit. Whereas, right now, if you want to download Warzone, it's like 180 gigs. It's fucking stupid. Cold War's the same way. They're both terribly just massive.
Warzone and fucking Vanguard on your PlayStation 5. That's it.
Yeah. If you get a Series S, you can literally download this game and never update it because there's not room on it. You would have to buy the expansion card.
Shit. Maybe they've got Seagate stock.
There is zero reason why this needs to be 270 gigs. There's no reason. I don't care what fucking bells and whistles are on this thing. There is no reason for it to be that fucking
That's
big.
the most Indiana thing I've ever heard you say in my life.
That's
I don't care
fine.
what bells and whistles are on this.
If you can have Red Dead Redemption 2 be like, what is it, 80 gig maybe?
Yeah, 75.
Something like that?
Something like that.
There's zero reason this needs to be 270 gig. More than what, 4 times? There's no reason.
It's 4 Red Dead.
Zero reason at all. They have to be doing it intentionally, or somebody doesn't understand how to optimize. Yeah,
Their
their compression is
optimization,
shit.
yeah.
So I don't know. I have zero interest in this game. I've said that on Call of Duties before, but
skip it. I will just completely be like, nah, I'm good. I think a lot of people are gonna do that.
yeah, especially in a year where you're getting a free Halo multiplayer, and Battlefield, yeah, and Battlefield.
That's the biggest thing. People are gonna go. I think a lot of COD players are gonna sit there and go, fuck, I'm used to using this, advanced sniper rifle. I'm going to fucking have to dumb down to this shit now. And they're going to go, fuck it, I'm going to go to Battlefield.
Yeah, I never find a gun in games that are based in like older time periods that are enjoyable to use. I mean, Battlefield 1 was awful. Battlefield 1 was terrible as far as the guns. They all felt the same. They all felt like shit.
Funky piece of wood, yeah.
Right. And I mean, granted, yeah, that's pretty accurate for a handful of those guns, but I don't know.
Yeah.
No, if I'm playing a game, I actually want to enjoy the game.
Yeah.
I just like modern shooters. I don't know. It is what it is, but
guns are so clunky you literally thought they were indeed going to jam.
I saw a handful of people that were commenting that they would not buy this game solely because of that file size. Which, I mean, if you're not going to buy it because of that... Yeah, if you're not going to buy it, you probably weren't that interested in it anyway, but... I mean, when you're talking almost 300 gigs for one game, that's crazy.
You also think about it, right? If you've got a PS5 or an Xbox Series X and you want to keep some other fucking games on your machine, your only option is to then also go out and buy a 200 plus or 300 plus fucking M.2 drive or the expansion card.
Yeah.
For the Xbox
it's crazy.
Series X. That's a big thing. It's a big
thing.
And you gotta be like, hey, Brody, I'm sorry, I can't play fucking Overwatch tonight because my thing's fucking loaded up with this and Peggle. So I got to go out and spend $300 on a fucking M.2 drive to play this. My bad, bud.
Yeah.
Not a great outcome.
I don't know. Again, this is all still very new. So that could just be a placeholder thing. But
probably can get bigger.
It's straight from the Xbox stores, so we'll see. So we've got some new games that came to Game Pass this week that we hadn't really covered, as well as some games that are coming soon. So Humankind was just added to PC. Need for Speed Heat was just added to cloud. Star Wars Battlefront 2 was added to the cloud. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order was added to the cloud. Recompile was added for cloud, next-gen consoles only, not last-gen, and PC. Train Sim World 2 was added to cloud, console, and PC, and 12 Minutes was added to cloud, console, and PC as well, which is a game I'm going to check out. In celebration of QuakeCon as well, Quake Remastered is coming to consoles and PC, and this is actually kind of cool. So this just pretty much got announced today, and then also came to Xbox, PlayStation, and Switch all in one day. And it's on Game Pass as well for this remastered version. Quake 2 and Quake 3 Arena are on PC only through Game Pass. August 25th, Psychonauts 2 is coming to cloud, console, and PC. And August 26th, Myst is coming to cloud, console, and PC. So cool. I mean, the idea of sitting there and being able to play Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order on your phone is just wild.
Okay, we have to make a correction on the Vanguard file size.
Okay. Something else come through now?
There's some other shit that's come through. Welcome to video game journalism, right?
Yeah, I mean, I just saw this right before we went live and added it.
So the full size for the Ultimate and Cross-Gen editions, which include the content packs, are listed at 270 gigs of storage, although this appears to be counting the beta in addition. Xbox One version and Series XS version, only one of which you'd likely have to install at the time. So it's counting 2 versions. The actual size of it requires 95 gigs of storage for the Vanguard, it would be missing the required content packs. And then if you want to download Warzone, that's going to be the 105. So if you want to have the complete game, I guess, because obviously Warzone's going to get updated.
Right.
You're 200 gigs.
I really wish they'd release Warzone as its own standalone so it wasn't tied to Modern Warfare all the time. That's kind of dumb.
It is its own standalone, isn't it now?
No, it's still a part of Modern Warfare. I mean, it's kind of its own standalone, but it's you download Modern Warfare still, yeah. But you can choose which packs you download, so you can kind of get around it a little bit. But it's still within Modern Warfare's like launcher, essentially. But I downloaded Modern Warfare again when I got my Series X because I like that game way more than I do Cold War, and we're hurting for multiplayer shooters right now. So I was going to maybe jump back into that, and in order to get the next-gen versions, there's 5 content packs of upgrades, and each of them are like 20 gigs a piece. Downloads just for the next-gen version. Adds another 100 gigs to this game.
The Vanguard Alpha for PS5, the download size is 20 gigs.
Okay, but it's probably like 2 or 3 maps too, so...
Yeah.
And no single player, and...
There's a poll that's been out. Call of Duty Vanguard, Battlefield 2042 were both 81% of people with 814 votes. Battlefield 2042.
Yeah, absolutely. Not even a question in my mind. Granted, this is still going to sell like crazy. I mean, it's like Madden. I mean, Madden sells great every year, even though they don't change anything. And Call of Duty is going to do the same thing.
So here's a breakdown. Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War on PS5. The base game is 54 gigs. The campaign pack 1 is 20 gigs. Campaign pack 2 is 26 gigs. Campaign pack 3 is 15. So the download size is 117 gigs.
You said that's for Black Ops Cold War?
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
So they said with the content packs, we'd be probably looking at 117 gigs at launch.
Yeah, until they, add anything to it, and it adds another 20 gigs for each patch.
There's a great Twitter account, if people listening to this, called PlayStation Game Size, which is great, and they literally tell you the game size of everything when it comes out, which is great.
Yeah, that's pretty neat. But on this Game Pass list, 12 minutes is pretty interesting. But I find the cloud games, that's just crazy to me. I mean, being able to sit there and play like, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order or even Battlefront 2 on the cloud, that's wild. It's really cool.
It's the answer to our problems with the fucking game size.
I know our buddy Nick from WASD has to be freaking out about the Quake games. I think he's a pretty big Quake fan, if I remember correctly.
We'll hear from him on Sunday on OBO for sure when we record.
Oh, I'm sure.
Hey, just when you thought it wasn't going to get another release, it's getting another release. Skyrim is coming out again. Let's go, baby. To celebrate the 10-year anniversary of Skyrim. Jesus. 10 years. I remember when my roommate Cole went and got the fucking dragon statue. And I think the dragon's foot was fucked up or something weird like that. I don't know. We partied with it and shit. But to celebrate the 10-year anniversary of Skyrim, Bethesda's releasing anniversary edition of the game. It has all of the content improvements as a special edition, but also adds over 500 unique pieces of Creation Club content, which includes quests, dungeons, bosses, weapons, spells, and more. Do you think the Randy Savage is in there where the head of the fucking dragon goes, "Oh yeah, brother," and then blows fire? Have you seen that?
Yeah, I've seen that. These aren't mods. These are all things that you could create within the game, though. But you can add mods in here, and I'm sure you can get the Randy Savage one if you want.
Yeah, brother. Oh. This version of Skyrim will release on November 11th. Those who already own the special edition will be able to purchase an upgrade to the anniversary edition. We do not have that price for you, but
no,
I'm sure it'll be a weird price. And we've tried numerous times to figure out these new prices and try to find you the lowest price of how to do something, and we're fucking marketing people constantly bamboozle us, and we sit here going, I don't know. You're fucking either way.
I'm so ready for this generation to be like in full swing, where we don't have all of this bullshit, where it's the upgrade price and this and that and yada yada yada. I'm ready for that. I'm so ready for that. There's always growing pains for like the first 2 years of a new console for sure.
Yes.
So delays of the week. Our favorite segment that we
baby.
unfortunately have to do.
Delays.
So first up, we have Goodbye Volcano High. This is delayed from a general open-ended release of 2021 to now 2022. Keep in mind that apparently they restarted development like last year because the writer left forcibly because there was some weird shit going on there. I was never interested in this game anyway. It was shown off in a Nintendo Direct, and I could not possibly care any less. Secondly, we have Splitgate. So they've actually, it's not so much a delay, but they have decided to stay in an open beta stage right now, and pretty much stay there indefinitely after getting 10 million downloads within a month, which is crazy.
Jesus.
So this game comes from a studio of 30 people, only 4 of which are engineers. And during the open beta, or the open crossplay beta, the game jumped from around 400 concurrent players to 75,000 concurrent players. And then by the end of within this like month-long period, it jumped to 175,000 concurrent players. So needless to say, they didn't quite plan for that, and I think it's a good move for them to stay in open beta for now until they can upgrade some stuff on their end. But I mean, it's cool to see this well, especially coming from a studio of only 30 people. I mean, this is crazy.
Yeah, good for them. It's always great to see that, like to see a big boost to a team like that. It's just super.
Yeah,
cool.
It kind of reminds me of Rocket League in a way. I mean, as far as
a lot of ways,
Rocket League was relatively small, but PlayStation kind of shined their light on them, and all of a sudden it blew up. I mean, it's still a huge free-to-play game now.
Awesome. Well, after the delays, we got the upcoming releases. So these are confirmed releases. August 20th, you're going to get Arietta of Spirits coming to PC, PS4, Xbox One, and Switch. The Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut comes to PS5 and PS4. Heart-Chain Kitty comes to the Switch. And Madden 22 comes to PC, PS5, Xbox Series X, PS4, and Xbox One. Football is just around the corner, thank God. On August 23rd, Fling to the Finish comes to PC. On August 24th, Aliens Fireteam Elite comes to PC, PS5, Xbox Series X, PS4, and Xbox One. King's Bounty 2 comes to PC, PS4, Xbox One, and Switch. And Sniper Ghost Warrior Contracts 2 comes to PS5. On August 25th, you've got Psychonauts 2 coming to PC, Xbox Series X, and Xbox One. That is on Game Pass as well for those who are interested. So you can play that for your monthly fee. And on August 26th, Have a Blast comes to PC, Nintendo Switch. Hotel Life or Resort Simulator comes to PC, PS5, Xbox Series X, PS4, Xbox One, and the Nintendo Switch. Spelunky joins itself on the Switch with also Spelunky 2 on the Nintendo Switch also launching. So you can get Spelunking, my dudes. And that's it for upcoming games. Anything catch your eye on this? Are you going to pick up the Director's Cut, Ghost of Tsushima?
No.
I guess. No, really?
No, I'm gonna wait. I've got enough stuff I'm kind of working on right now,
It'll
and
probably get
once
the upgrade will get discounted.
Yeah, once it gets discounted, I'll pick it up, and it's not. I think the upgrade fee is kind of bullshit. I think the DLC was fairly priced, but whatever. It is what it is. But I think I'll wait and probably pick it up later, maybe in a sale or something. Because, like I said, I got enough stuff I need to finish up first.
Yeah,
and it just keeps growing.
I will probably. I want to try Madden 22, but I know there's probably nothing's changed in it. I
could
wish
not.
that they would go to free to play on that, and then they would just make it where like the new roster or something you pay for content packs or something. Like I don't, because PES Soccer did that, and it's doing fantastic.
Their biggest market is just kind of people who just buy Madden every year.
Just for yeah, I know. I don't know. Like because the other way is I guess I just pay a month of EA play and just see what it's like.
Yeah, you could do that. I don't think it would be included right away. I think you get like a 10-hour trial of it with the EA play.
Okay. I don't know. I've got 21 on my machine, and it's okay. I mean, I didn't really notice any difference onto it. It's buggy as shit. We played that. And
yeah.
Like,
I mean, that's
on?
Madden for you, man.
And the story. Oh, my God, the story. Heart-wrenching.
Yeah, I have no interest in Madden games anymore.
Yeah,
I really don't play them unless I get drug into them somehow.
You know what's going to happen? Draft night.
I don't have Madden.
Fuck yeah, you do. I've got it on mine.
I don't have Madden.
Okay. All right, you know Madden. Fine. I get it. We're good. Anyways, guys, follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Diggity Podcasts. You can find me on PlayStation. My PSN is Maple Jeff.
And mine is Luscious Brody. You can also find me on Xbox at Luscious Brody as well. Good luck figuring out how to say it or spell it because nobody seems to be able to do either of those.
Awesome. You can also check us out on another podcast, the OBO podcast, Objectively Bad Opinions podcast. We'll be going live for the first time.
Yeah.
On Sunday night, and then the audio version goes up Tuesday.
And Nick is going to eat a Pocky and probably die.
Challenge and shit his pants probably on the air for
our very first time live.
For entertainment. But yeah, jump on over there. There's no video games on it. I mean, I guess there might be like a light topic of video game that comes up here and there, but it's mainly just stupid shit. Like we just talk about dumb stuff. We talk about articles. We talk about things going on in pop culture and in the world, you name it. And we try to put a fun spin on everything and have a good time. So OBO podcast, you can check us out everywhere else on podcast networks. And thank you to everyone who's left a review for Diggity Podcast. If you haven't left one, please do so. Help spread the word about the podcast on those platforms. And we really appreciate everybody watching the show and also listening every single week. Really means a lot. Thank you so much. Stay safe, and we will see you guys